Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To my ISH 201 lecturer, Dr. Rafida binti Muhammad Azli. My name is Nur Afina binti Arshad and I am from class IC 1203A1. Today, our group will be presenting the topic of contaminated animals, Al-Jallalah. In Malaysia, the topic of halal food has especially attracted public interest. In halal food item, as the Muslim consumers, we should be confident of the food quality starting from the ingredients. Nowadays, one of the concerned issues among Muslim consumers is eating the animal that have been fed with impure and dirty food. In Islam, we are obligated to eat halal and clean food without any illegal ingredients in the food. So, important for Muslims to know the status of the animal before they eat to prevent from consuming dirty and impure foods. According to Islamic jurisprudence, animals that have been fed with impure and dirty foods was termed as Al-Jallalah, and Jala itself means contaminate and impurity, and the structure of their meats was changed and turns to bad smell. That was one of the reasons why Al-Jallalah animals are prohibited in Islam. Meanwhile, from a biological point of view, the name for Al-Jallalah animal is coprophagia or coprophagy, which is performed by rodents and lagomorphs and to a lesser degree by piglets, fowls, dogs and non-human primates. Coprophagia is the term for an animal that have the behavior to eat his own feces, which called autocoprophagy, or stool eliminated by others of his own kind or by other species, allocoprophagy. There are three conditions for animals eat the feces. First, animals that eat their own stool, which called autocoprophagia. Second is for animals that eat the stool of others, intraspecific coprophagia. And third is for animals that eat the stool of other species animals, which called interspecific coprophagia.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Sa'dan binti Mutarudin from class IC 1203A1. Today I'm going to present about mazhab views that consist of 4 mazhab. According to mazhab Hanafiyah said that Jallalah animal is an animal that only eats stools without eating any other food. The smell of the meat will also change due to its nutritional value. While mazhab Shafi'iyah, Malikiyah and Hanabilah said that Jallalah is an animal that often makes impurities as food, but also eats food other than impurities. Animals should be locked up first or quarantined before being slaughtered, as its purpose are to ensure that the impurities such as smell, taste and colour of the Jallalah animals are completely lost. Generally, the recommended bracket for all animals is between 48 hours and 2 days and 2 nights. However, if the stool effect of the diet still exists on the external and internal members, then the bracket period should be continued to exceed 40 days for the camel, 30 days for cow, 7 days for goat, and 3 days for chicken, as stated by Ibnu Umar.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Nadia binti Saiful Amiruddin. My matrix number is 2019434936. Now, I'm going to presenting what is Al-An'am animals and Al-Jallalah animals. Okay, Al-An'am animals, according to Holy Quran, means cattle or any land animals that are allowed to be eaten. Also, Al-An'am animals must be pure and clean from unforbidden materials, including what they take in daily life. Necessarily, Al-An'am animals are halal to be eaten when it being slaughtered according to Sharia law. Also, these animals can be selected to drink its milk immediately and being slaughtered without having any istihala process. Al-Jallalah animal can be either it has 4-legged animals or 2-legged animals or any seafood animals. So basically, their daily take of food was from dirt and feces. Now we talk about the legal ruling of eating Al-Jallalah animals. Actually, it's macro to eat Al-Jallalah animals, but it still can be considered as allowable to eat or using any part of its body to make anything else. Also, before the process of making another product or this animal being slaughtered, it need the time to clean up the intestines and stomach from that kind of things, which they take in their food that come from source, dirt and feces.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Shadia Zakia binti Suhaili. We will continue present about purification Al-Jallalah animal. The purification of these Al-Jallalah animals is through Al-Istibra, which is the quarantine for animals that are contaminated with feces or Al-Habs, which is the confinement and detention of these two things are related to Al-Istihala. Al-Istihala is the transformation of a substance into another substance, which includes the exchanges of substance and properties. These animals will be quarantined in a special place to purify again within a certain period, and the animal will eat holy foods. For the Hanafi and Shafi'i scholars, the quarantine Al-Jallalah can be eaten when the stench disappears. According to Abu Hanifa, there is a narration from Ahmad who said that have been quarantined for 3 days. They follow that what Ibn Umar has quarantined Al-Jallalah animal for 3 days. Certain views are by following according to the size of animal Al-Jallalah to be quarantined. Small animals like birds, the quarantine period is 3 days. For medium animals like goats, the quarantine period is 7 days, and the big animal like cow will be in 40 days. While in Hanafi, it says a quarantine period of 40 days for camels, 20 days for cows, 30 days for goats, and 3 days for chicken. The quarantine period is different because if the size of the animal is larger, then more feces are in it and longer to be processed for purification. So Al-Jallalah animals that have passed this quarantine period are halal and pure and can be eaten. So I will continue about Fatwa Al-Jallalah in Malaysia. This fatwa in Malaysia is divided into two, which is fatwa is gazetted and not gazetted. So I will explain the fatwa is gazetted first. The first fatwa issue was based on the decision of the Muzakara of the National Malaysia Islamic Fatwa Committee for Islamic Religious Affairs Malaysia, based on the 73 Muzakara of the Fatwa Committee of the National Council for Islamic Religious Affairs Malaysia, which convened on 4 to 6 April 2006, discussed the status of fish priority given to non-halal food. So from the Muzakara, it has been decided it's illegal to eat the fish is deliberately kept in unclean water and fed feces such as pork fat. The second is fatwa by State of Selangor. If the fish raised in ponds or anything like that then fed with unclean food such as pig as the main source, then it is illegal to eat. Meanwhile, the farmers are prohibited from providing livestock fish with unclean food as the main food. In 1993, the Federal Territory of Kuala Lumpur also decided on a fatwa on Al-Jallalah animals. The fish raised in the pond is illegal to eat if that fish is deliberately kept with unclean water or given with unclean food. Next is fatwa not gazetted by Jemaah Ulama Majlis Agama Islam and Adat Melayu Kelantan to discuss the status halal of Al-Jallalah animals at 21 December 2006. They had discussed and agreed that fish raised in ponds and the same thing like that by feeding from pork and other lambs were forbidden to be eaten. Mostly all the fatwa are followed by Imam Shafi'i as a guide. Imam Shafi'i previously stated that it is forbidden to eat Al-Jallalah animals until they are quarantined for a certain period of time to remove odors or change their impurities.
The hot issues of contaminated animals in Malaysia is freshwater fish. Freshwater fish farming can generate a lucrative income in the national fishery sector. It is increasingly in demand mainly because of the price is cheaper and the fish tastes good, besides easy to breed, fast growing, durable and low capital. However, there are some of farmers freshwater fish in Malaysia practice irresponsible activities for reducing operating costs, such as providing the freshwater fish with non-halal foodstuff, such as animal organ that are not slaughtered according Islam, surplus from pig slaughterhouse, carcass like chicken or pork from non-Muslim restaurant. One inspection that has been done by Perak Islamic Religious Department that bring a shock news to people, especially among the Muslims, which is they found that the farmer freshwater fish provided pork stew and chicken carcass as the main food for the fish. They have many types of freshwater fish such as the catfish, tilapia and catfish Africa. The reason why they provided pork as a main food because they want to stimulate the growth of fish. Moreover, recently in Malaysia, there are so many highly prestigious restaurants sell and serve Wagyu meat. Wagyu meat was popular because of the sweet taste and the price is high. Wagyu or Kobe beef are given wine with illegal status to ensure that the meat produced are high quality and sweet. This wine drink is routinely given to Wagyu since small before maturity, and most of these cows are born in Japan. There are three concepts in Wagyu meat issue that important for Muslim. First, raising Wagyu cattle by drinking alcohol for the purpose of selling their meat is illegal according to Hukum Syara. Second, selling and buying Wagyu beef given alcohol is illegal according to Hukum Syara. Third, eating Wagyu beef given to Muslims by drinking alcohol is illegal according to Hukum Syara.
In conclusion, halal and tayyiban concept must include the permissible by law, hygiene, safe, clean, and wholesome. This concept should be including selection of raw materials, preparation, processing, packaging, storage, and transportation. The process should be free from unlawful or najis and non-halal animal products at the start until the end of the process. The same thing goes to the concept of Al-Jallalah animal. They must going through is the halal process before can be considered as allowable to use. Until then, that's all from us. Thank you.